the natural healing is in the coming. We are, America is in terrible desire and terrible need of help health-wise. We are in a crisis, health crisis. And nobody can help but you, everybody of you has to help now. Alone I cannot do it. I just have the desire to help people and help you folks to do the same thing, to heal people. That's all I came for, and for nothing else. Pick up the things I teach and do it, and teach others. Because of the tremendous health crisis we are in, I can't reach enough people. I'm Hanna, and I'm glad to be here.
Hanna, have you always been interested in healing ever since you were a young child?
Ever since I was a child, because my parents, my mother was a healer and my father was a chemist, and the two together worked very well in healing people. My parents were missionaries in Turkey, and there was very little to go on. We had an orphanage. My father guided an orphanage, and there was very little on herbs or anything, and mother was getting interested, and she had the natural way of helping people. And therefore, when many people came to her, and I saw it, and I saw the result, and I saw how she did it, particularly when she talked to the people and said, "You will get well." And the people got well. It's really interesting. She was an outstanding woman and in healing. And I stood there and watched and said, well, that's the way it is.
And what year was that?
I can't say that. I'm in my 82nd year. I'm in my 82nd year. Figure out when that was. 72 years back. And in Turkey, we didn't have any medication or anything like that. Only once in a while, they sent us from Germany some medication which was treasured very highly, particularly quinine, because the people had malaria, and quinine was very precious. So that was the only thing we really dealt out. And the other things was all herbs, help, laying on of hands, saying the Lord's Prayer, and things like that. To show you something like that. At that time, my mother never prayed like this. She always prayed like this, holding the hands like this, never touching it. And then later on in my life, I found that the people that really healing, they never hold it like this. When you check it out, there is no vibration going straight through. Then
so
you hold it like that.
This.
You hold it to yourself, and then you give it out. So a real true healer holds the hands like that. And so, I saw that in my mother.
And so they hold the hands like that, and what do they do with them?
Heal wherever it's directed to.
Okay, so if I'm sending healing energy to you, I would hold my hands this way?
Yeah. You don't touch it like this.
Okay, and send it
to you.
Because
then it is negative.
Okay.
So hold the hand. And the sculptors, people that worked with paint and sculpture, they always had the hand like this. I noticed it.
Your mother also used the power of the spoken word. She believed in that.
Oh, yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about how she would?
She had special songs for special ailments, and she didn't sing it loud. They were Turkish. They didn't understand our language at all. And so she said it in German, and the people got well. When she had somebody that was in terrible pain with burns or accidents or anything, she said, "Oh Lord, my God," that's what we sing around Christmas, around Easter, with your thorns on the head. And then the people were well. It has so much power. Some of the songs had so much power for certain things, and you were saying it quietly, and the people had no pain.
Well, you teach that the most healing sound is the sound of a single voice or a single string instrument.
Of a single voice. But Christ taught it. Christ had different forms to heal, and he healed with a spoken word. there I got the understanding how powerful a word can be, how powerful a song can be.
Right.
And from that time on, I'm really careful. Singing is very important, and it is now taken out of the family, but I experienced it when I was small, to see my mother and my father healing people.
With song.
With song, with the word, laying on of the hands, with comforting in, with a little bit of herbs they had, and that's what they did.
Okay.
But
And
they were not only 2, 3 people. They were lined up, 100 lined up. And for everybody, she had something.
so how would she figure out what would work for that
This
person?
is from above.
Divine.
Divine. For example, there was, when in Turkey, a woman doesn't get a baby. She has to make the lowest job possible. She cannot be, she's not accepted in the family. And these women came to her. And she said, I know, here, have a little chamomile tea. And she gave them chamomile tea and drink 2 cups a day, and you will have a baby. 9 months later, came a baby.
What happened?
That confidence, that absolutely confidence. And I have seen these things. Here was our mission. Here was American mission. My parents, when I went to Europe and finished my high school, and then I came back and said, now what next? Then I went in the American mission. Then I went to Europe and went to university in Freiburg, Breisgau, and learned as much as I could because I wanted to go out to the mission. That was always a mission.
And where was the mission?
Oh, any place.
So you wanted to go out and help
I
people.
wanted to go out in the mission. I wanted to learn as much as possible. And fortunately, there were physicians who showed me, even let me operate, because they saw that tremendous desire and what I had in my heart. So when I finished this one here, then I said, well, Jesus, my parents wanted me to be a nun. And I had everything packed and went up and wanted to be a nun. And they said, whom will you serve? The Lord in mankind. I said, when I go in mission, I cannot serve men. I have to clean out toilets and stuff like that. So I said, that can't happen. So I turned around, and there in the middle of that was the beautiful statue of Christ. And I went over that little railing. There were flowers planted, fresh flowers. I was careful not to touch any flower. Put my hand on Jesus' feet and said, Jesus, tell me what I have to do in my life. And there the gardener came for me. You idiot, get out of here!
And so that was a message.
Said, okay, this is a message. So I went out and I found a job. And then I went to Professor Brauchle. Professor Brauchle is a special man for natural healing in Dresden, Germany. And I was always after him, and he was fabulous, fabulous, fabulous in healing. He taught me how to, and the whole thing, how to heal leukemia in 7 days.
That
and
was your specialty.
Never failed. That is Professor Brauchle's.
That was his specialty. Leukemia?
Many things. We had 2,000 beds.
2,000
And
beds.
leukemia were only 25 of them. But I saw it. It never failed. And when it came to America, I said, well, I'm bringing that good news to America, but I failed. So it wasn't my cup of tea.
Well, you studied with him in the university in Germany, right, Professor Brauchle?
No, after university I studied with him.
After
and he
the
gave
university.
me an ND. He gave me an ND. But it doesn't amount to anything because the war came and so forth.
So
I just have the desire to help people and help you folks to do the same thing, to heal people. That's all I came for, and for nothing else.
It's a big job.
I know. But they are doing a good job.
And you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, thank you.
How many students do you think you have all over the world?
I don't know.
Any idea? A lot.
Thank God they
Thousands.
take over and they teach others. They teach others. And that is so wonderful to hear that they help each other teaching and they teach again.
Right.
And the natural healing is in the coming. We are, America is in terrible desire and terrible need of help health-wise. We are in a crisis, health crisis. And nobody can help but you, everybody of you has to help now. Alone I cannot do it. I give you the tools. When you come to my place, you have the tools and you can do anything I can do. I will not hold back anything because the needed thing is that one helps the other, one helps the other.
You would say the most important thing that your students could learn from you is what?
Pick up the things I teach and do it, and teach others. Because of the tremendous health crisis we are in, I can't reach enough people.
Right.
And they're doing a fabulous job, wonderful job.
Well, Hanna, a lot of people think that if you believe so much in natural healing that you must not believe in doctors and medicine.
Why not? Of course. They have their place, but you have to keep your body well. And you have to recognize the difficulty that is coming up. And I pointed out to you. There are the difficulties already sitting in your system, and all at once you are sick. You can heal before you come sick. And this is the main thing.
So you do believe in doctors? And
Yeah, sure. They have the tremendous place in America, but can they help us? When you are in the chemical industry and you go to the doctor and said, I feel chemically poisoned, what do you get? A chemical.
Right.
That's all. And therefore, you have to go another route.
Right.
To counteract it and do something herb-wise. And the formulas we are having and are so terrific, you need only one bottle to counteract it. It goes on a completely different idea. And the main idea came from that Professor Brauchley. He, in his lecture, said, we have to have formulas with which we counteract the difficulty in our system with one bottle. And that was always in me. I said, okay. If you take vinegar and here is soda, you put it together, you have nothing. In the same way is that true. If you take a Chemex for chemical poison or something like that, you counteract it in your system. If you go on water fast, you drive it deeper in your tissue. And therefore, this herb formula has a tremendous place in America. They use it in Europe all the time.
I know a lot of doctors myself, a lot of doctors and nurses who have come out to your retreat and come to some of your classes, and they always are very inspired by you. Can you say a little bit?
And I'm inspired by them because it goes back and forth. Somebody knows something new. It's fantastic. For example, somebody said how terrible dioxin is. Dioxin is an Agent Orange, and we used it. It was used in Vietnam War, but it's also used now to defoliate, where they put the lines on the front yard and so. And this specific man opened my eyes. He was a doctor. He opened my eyes. The offspring is injured when we are dioxin poisoned. And so he opened my eyes to that one. Somebody else opens my eyes to something else. For example, somebody said, one physician said, why are women have the left breast always painful, or tumors are growing? Always the left breast. I said, yes, because it's retrovirus growing there, that there's something more. The kidney is not in order. What a revelation. But he cannot say it because the medical doctor, he cannot permit. But in his life, he found out that the kidney is not in order, work on the kidney, and the left breast will be healed. Isn't that fantastic?
You're a minister.
We have a healing church.
Yeah.
That is the main thing.
Yeah, I was wanting to hear you talk a little bit about some of the ways you get your inspiration, and particularly about angels. You've seen some angels, haven't you?
My angel?
Yeah.
Which should I be? They're always there. The angels are always there. And
You
when
see
we
'em?
invite, and tomorrow, day after tomorrow is Sunday, we invite them for a meeting. And they are coming, and people feel them, hear them, see them. It is amazing. And then we ask for healing, we ask for help, for clarification of certain things which we didn't understand. And then we pray for America, of course, because America is a seat of the golden age. And we pray that the golden age will come to America. That is promised long time ago, and I keep to that promise, and I see it getting better.
And so your angels give you messages and formulas,
I do.
herbal formulas too.
Formulas, yeah. Formulas. The
Oh, I
last-
thought you did that all by yourself, but you cheat with angels.
No, the last one is Rosemary Plus.
Tell that story. Tell me that one.
That story, it goes following way. I see, through the overuse of electricity, women particularly, are out of magnetic balance. And I said, if we are magnetically in balance, nothing can happen us. There is no virus going into our system. We cannot get sick because magnetically in balance. We don't get angry and nothing. I said, I formulated a little disc like this with herbs. It works wonderful. You put your water in, you immediately, 11 seconds later, you are in balance. But people don't use it. So I asked Jesus, I said, what can I do? People don't use it, and they are so completely out of balance. You see it on the wiki-waki marriages, everything is out of balance. And he gave me two things. And the third one, he said, there are three. And I worked for, see, I go to church mornings and nights, it's a little sanctuary. And every morning I said, Jesus, please give me the third ingredient. And one day I was in the kitchen, there came a car. A man got out and said, Rosemary? No, said, my name is Hanna. Rosemary, he said. And then he went back in the car and looked and said, Rosemary? That is the ingredient I was looking for. And sure enough.
And it works.
Yeah, it worked. Fantastic. Rosemary brings you in complete balance with everything. And it is good for your T cell, when your T cells are wiggly-woggly.
Wiggly-woggly. Okay. Okay.
That's the T cell.
One last question.
What?
About Jesus.
Jesus?
Yeah, you like him pretty much, don't you?
Why shouldn't I? He's the one that guides us, like he said, shows us the way. He's the right hand wherever you are.
And you always
Okay.
call on him when you're doing your healing.
Always.
Why do you use his name when you put your hands on someone?
I call on Jesus because he's the closest to my heart. He was, when I was small already, Jesus was so close. I saw the angel, I saw him, I felt him, and so it never left me. In the worst time in my life, it didn't leave me. That tremendous feeling of the strength of Jesus, and Jesus can do it every time.
And you give him all the credit, don't you?
Sure, I can do it alone.
That's wonderful.
It's and I don't care if you belong to this denomination or you believe in another thing. Behind is that tremendous power. Tremendous power.
So,
But
Hanna, is there anything besides what you've always told us about learning to help ourselves and learning to help each other? Is there anything that you would like to say to your students all over the world? Any message, particular message?
I love you.
That's
That's
wonderful.
all. I love you. I think it is so wonderful to live in this exciting time, and the people are so wonderful, wonderful people. They're full-hearted for the goodness of this world. That we have people that are sidetracked of it. Yes, that is happens. I will tell you why I came to America.
Yeah, why did you come to America?
Why did you come here?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Okay, and my husband was 5 years in prisonership, in Russian prisonership, and he sent me a paper. I will coming with that and that train on Tuesday evening. Okay, I was Tuesday evening on the train, and he didn't come. And the men on the plane said, there is one, he can't even make the stairway anymore. I said, that is him, and I ran down, and sure enough, it was him. He had not the strength to come up anymore. And he had this, and he saw me and put my hand, so he said, take the children as far as you can from the Russians. We had 4 children at that time. And they had collapsed. We took him to the hospital, and the hospital said, he will not live till next morning. I said, okay, I take him home. He can die at home. He waited 5 years to go home. Now I take him home. And at home were the children, Daddy's home, Daddy's home. He was so weak they hardly could touch him. But that joy of coming home. And he's still alive, folks. He's still alive.
And that was more than just one night.
Carrot juice, I gave him carrot juice. But that one dear, and he said, take the children as far as you can from the Russian. I said, okay, okay.
We're going to America.
Yeah. First we were in Canada, they didn't like us, and so we came to America, left everything at home.
And then you ended up in Boulder. Did
Colorado.
you go straight to Colorado?
Yeah, first we were in Michigan, and then we came to Colorado.
And
And
now,
we like it.
yeah, I like it too. And now you have a nice big company with a
Well, we
nice
have
big herb store and herb company.
I started out with a little health food store. Everyone laughed about it, but now it's a big, big business, and my employees do it.
Yes.
I don't have to do it.
And
They do everything.
But you started by putting herbs in capsules by hand, right?
Uh-huh. Every evening till 10 o'clock.
And now you don't have to do it that way anymore.
We have 3 big machines there. I go so fast. Well, that is beside the point. I'm only here to help and uplift and figure new things out what we can do, but how we can help people. This is my main thing in my life. I always think, wherever I go, I think, what can I do next? What can I do to help my fellow man? Good evening, good evening. I'm thankful that I could come here. It is all new here with that studio, but I hope I do my very best. There are 7 physical and 7 spiritual causes of all illnesses. You don't have to go too far. The 7 physical, because particularly speaking about the second one. The first one is neglect. We are all guilty on that one. The second one is trauma. Things that happen in our life, car accident, birth accident, and whatever it is, it stays with us. And that's what I'm mainly talking about today, and how to correct trauma, even when it's for long, long standing. The third one is congestion. You have heart congestion, you have lymph congestion, and all these congestion, they have to be taken care of. But we don't talk about tonight on this one, we talk tomorrow on this one here. The fourth one is the tremendous amount of chemical poison, a metallic poison we endure in our country. We are so poisoned, and that draws parasite. We are in an area where so many parasites and dark creatures go into our system. It's not only a roundworm, it's also flukes. Flukes are tiny little creatures in the lung, in the brain, all over. This we have to put in consideration, because it's a new experience we are having in America with so much chemical poison. The next one is a tremendous amount of infectious diseases. We don't have one infectious disease. We have bacterial infection. Bacterial infection, thank God we have the antibiotica and things like that, but only that is the only one it takes. It doesn't take viral infection, doesn't take staph infection, it doesn't take fungus infection, it doesn't take viroid infection, a completely new thing. So we have one liquid. It has side effects, but we have at least that one. So we are in a completely new category of our world, and we have to go through it. Then comes the miasm, our carried over diseases from our parents, which includes also the side effect of drugs, of all kinds of things. This is the number 7. Nothing in between. And we are honest enough, I will go now only to the second one, that is trauma, injury, and I teach you and show you how to get rid of this injury. If we branch up once in a while to another one, because I'm so enthusiastic about this thing, then I might branch out to something else. We start on the pelvic girdle. The pelvic has to be even, because this is the foundation of the entire spine. If you have spine trouble, first, look what this one will do. If you would please get up and see. There is high and there is low. Okay, we start where? Say, on the low side.
Which one's the low side?
This.
How do I know?
Well, because she felt your hip girdle, and this one's low.
Okay.
So you're going to start on the low side.
Like this. Okay. Now, this up. The lower side we work first. Okay. Go front and up and down and up. Okay. Now we shake you. All do-it-yourself job. Okay. Now this pigeon toe. This is important.
Pigeon toe this foot, your left
foot?
foot. Turn it in. Yeah.
Okay, now, forwards, sideways, up, sideways, forwards, up, okay, down. Then we get this one in place, okay. Now we put both together, okay, and this one alone, okay. Forwards, sideways, up, sideways, forwards, up, okay, and now we go here. Keep the whole thing in order.
Good.
Now, it's in place. Check it yourself. Check it yourself. Get up and check it. So, check if that is in place. That is tremendously important for the entire spine.
Let's have everybody with the left hip low. Is that what you want to?
Yeah.
The left hip low, just come up here.
Flip. Okay. Oh, push. Yeah, left hip. You need adjustment in the left hip. Okay, come all over here. Okay? Okay. Oh, yeah, this whole thing is crooked. Look. No wonder you have trouble. Female trouble. Whew. Okay. Now, the low side comes up. Okay, low side, hand up. Side, hand up. Okay.
And everybody,
now,
yeah, there you go.
stretch a little bit, the feet a little bit. Okay? Now, comes down, over and up. Over and down and up. Okay? Now, shake yourself. Huh? Yeah? Good? Good. Now, this one inside.
Invert the foot, your
Now
right
go
foot.
Forward.
Pigeon-toed.
Up. 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 Forward. Up.
Yeah, they're doing
Shake
upside.
again. That's it. Then hold it and shaking it. Hold it. Okay? And now comes this low side, always twice. Okay? And you put the feet together. Now you put the feet together. Now on top. Okay. Forward. Okay. Forward. Now you do this one in place. Okay? That's fine. Now let's shake. See? Even. See? Even.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful. See? Everything is even.
Okay, y'all come down.
Now
Thank
you
you,
learn
thank you.
something.
Okay, thanks.
The low, yeah. The
All right.
low side, always measure out and get the low side going first. Remember that. It's important. See, the entire spine that hangs on the hip, and the hips are not in order, then the entire spine goes out of place all the time. And you have to go to chiropractor over and over again. That's not needed. You got to get this one going. Okay, you had a question?
What you're saying is once you do it once, you don't have to do it ever again? Does it stay in place?
Check out. If you have to repeat more often, you have arsenic poison in the muscles.
Okay.
If you have to repeat, maybe 3-4 times, and it doesn't stay in, there's arsenic poison in your muscles, and they pull it always out of place.
And what do you do about that?
Give arsenicum, homeopathic arsenicum, that will take care of it. With arsenic poison goes in the muscle and constricts the muscles, and then you have difficulty. Okay, you all got this one. Okay, now we go to the next one. Is here somebody that we high hips? When we are a woman, when we go through puberty, the hips fall down, and some people's hips stay up. People
all
with
the way
too
up,
high
though.
hips always have difficulty with the female organs.
Yes, female
And-
organs and trouble with pain.
Yeah, let's have a look at it. Okay, now you lay down. Can you see? No, you have to put on your back. Put this in here. Okay, see, it's too high. You hold here, and then I take this leg, bend it. Okay, and I bring it real close to the release it. One. Let go. I take the next step here. These are ligaments. They never made it. Okay, sit and go this way. Right. The leg has to be real close to the body. Watch your children. You're growing up children. They have lots of difficulty. Now, got this in here. Ah, now it moved, didn't it? Huh. Now, one more. Oh, and how it moved. It made quack here underneath here. Okay, one more. Okay. Now, this is high and this is low. So this head needs the treatment also. Okay. Can you just move over the head here? Yes. Then people can see it. Thank you. Okay. The same thing here. Okay. See how close I put this foot down and hold here. Now I go this end. And one more. This one not so bad.
Okay.
You follow the inside of the bone.
Yeah.
Hip.
See, here is the hip. And inside, here are ligaments. And the ligaments holding her hip up.
And I feel it popping whenever she
Oh,
does.
yeah. Oh, that was a bad one. I have to do it over. Now, see?
Yes.
And now this more. Oh, did you hear it crack?
I'll repeat this.
And one more. Okay. Now you're done. Now you can wear a bikini. Before it wasn't possible.
Okay, she's going to show you just on me where she's pressing. Can you come around here and just show? And how she's rolling the legs. All right.
See, here is the hip. And you start here, and then you make that movement, and then you go down here, all around here, till the ligaments release. When the ligaments release, then she won't have much female trouble and things like that. That is a great deal for our teenagers nowadays, and I don't know why it is, but we have lots and lots of difficulty with our teenagers. The hip doesn't go down. Right. And when they have menstrual trouble and tremendous amount of pain once a month and things like that. That's the reason I show it to you, because it's terribly, terribly important. Okay, wait a moment. When teenagers have pain, or you have tremendous pain during you hold here, just here. Sit down and hold here, somebody. And the pain is gone for 6 hours. No more pain. Menstrual pain is taken away that way. Just by holding it, and then the menstrual pain is gone. No pill, no nothing needed. Then you can do it, can ask somebody to hold it again for you. But a menstrual trouble, and when they expect the baby, is terrible. Just absolutely so much pain, so much suffering. When you get rid of it, that they fall in place, then it's okay.
Good.
This belongs absolutely, and I show this to you because our women have so much trouble nowadays with too high hips and so on and so forth. Okay, the next one. Did you get it? Yeah. Okay. Put the hip in before you go to a chiropractor. What does a chiropractor have? Just this one here. But how about the hip, where it stands in? The hip is the foundation of it, see? And that is the reason it's so important that you have to put that here in, so it has a straight going up. I will show you afterwards how you put the whole spine in without difficulty. But while we are at the female thing, I want to show you how, if you step here, how you help. This one here, then you hold here. See, it's her knee. Okay. This one goes to this ovary. And this one goes to this ovary. When you don't know which ovary is hurting, just ask, is that hurt? Is there trouble in it? There's trouble in it. You cannot ask here because there's too much tissue around it. This is the point to go here. This is the point to go here. Okay. If there is no, then you grow some fibrous tumor, whatever, grow in your ovaries. What are you doing? You take female tea 1/4 day every day for 3 weeks, and everything is okay. If a woman comes down with tubular pregnancy, they operate always, and you are always, but absolutely always in trouble. You send her here, look here, and you hold this part and this part for 20 minutes. And then it loosens out and goes into your uterus. You have no trouble. I've never had trouble with before. I never have trouble to get that back from the tube into the uterus. And the uterus is then wait a moment, how do you know? I have it here. Oops. Okay, how do you know? the right hand in the middle, that is the uterus.
Oh, the right. You're
The
saying
left
left
hand.
hand. Left hand.
And the left hand. This middle goes in the uterus. If you are pregnant, that goes down 15 times or 16 times. If you have a tubular pregnancy, it doesn't go because there is nothing in. But if you try this one here, then you can check, is it a boy or is it a girl, and you have done your job well. Isn't that interesting?
Don't need that repeated, any of it?
Yeah, repeat it.
Okay. First of all, throughout the demonstrations, Hanna's going to be pointing to key positions to test the strength or the health of a particular organ or system of the body. So she'll show you where those key positions are. Now, she's using her pendulum, and some of you all use muscle testing, other people use advisors, other people just use intuition or other ways to know, but Hanna's using a pendulum as an instrument to count with. Okay, so if she's checking a particular system, and in this case she was checking the health of my ovaries, this is the key position right inside the knee, okay, but to the inside, below the knee, above the calf, right there. This checks the health of this ovary. So when she's touching it, and if you'll notice, she's always touching with her left hand. Your left hand is your receiving side. So she's tapping in with her left hand to this key position to say, oh, what is the health of that ovary? Okay, when she's checking this side, she should be getting rotation or vibration. She's picking up on a frequency there. If there's everything in the universe is vibrating at a certain frequency, okay? And that's how we distinguish colors and objects. So if she's not getting a frequency, if we have no vibration on a point, we know that that organ we can assume that that organ, if her testing is accurate, that organ is not functioning properly. And she's always using the scale of 0 to 100. Being just like a report card, between 70, 80, 90, and 100 is like a passing grade, and below that, we want to work on that organ. Okay, so when she was checking in the left hand, in the center is the key position to check the health of the uterus. And if you're checking and you're counting, and she's counting full rotations with her pendulum, a full rotation, the health of the uterus should be 70, 80, 90, 100, but if it keeps going and it's 15 rotations, being 150, then that would be a boy. If it's 16, it's a girl. Try it. It's a kind of a neat thing to do when you know somebody's pregnant, to get used to working with your pendulum. Okay, and then that was the only thing she demonstrated so far.
I wanted to show you that it's so frequent that people have to go and have the tubular pregnancy removed, and that tube won't work anymore. See, that is then out. You can do it natural.
Right, so if you hold those points right here, someone makes himself very comfortable, like the husband or the boyfriend or a friend, the woman just sits and makes herself comfortable. The other person kneels or sits down, because you're going to be there for about 20 minutes, so you want to really make yourself comfortable. And I did this for a woman who just couldn't get pregnant, and she, her tubes were all blocked. So we said, well, we might as well try it. It can't hurt her. And when I sat there for that 20 minutes, after I could start to feel the rocking of her entire system, it was really a neat experience. So again, it's not something that it's going to hurt anybody, but it certainly has helped a lot of people to drop the from the tubes, and so the baby can be where the baby's supposed to be. Yeah, not in the tubes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I bring that along because nobody helps us in that matter.
Right.
There's a very few people that really help us women in this matter. When you have a tumor, the doctor said you have a tumor in the uterus. Okay. Don't get alarmed. 10 days before you expect your period, you take 2 capsules, double O or triple O capsule, and fill them with black strap molasses. Now you cannot fill a whole lot of it, only what you need that evening. And insert it deep in the vagina, get something to it. The bed will not be full of molasses. Next morning, wash it out with chamomile tea. Do that every evening, 10 days before your period. And your period comes, and that old slimy, stuffy, goopy, mucousy stuff comes with it. and you're free without operation. Cost only about 10 cents an evening. So it's not very much. And you're absolutely free and have no side effect, no scarring, no nothing, because the scarring in a female body is very, very frequently. So this you have put it on a piece of paper that you know what to do. It is so terribly important that we women are in order. Now, if you are pregnant, please, bless the baby. You put the left hand and receive the power of the universe, and with the right hand bless it morning and night. You don't know what that does. A woman came, she had 6 weeks to go for delivery, and the x-ray showed that the child is completely crippled. And I said, we have 6 more weeks. Now you do every day, morning, noon, and night, 3 times a day, and bless the baby. The baby was completely well. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely fine. Somebody else came and said, the baby has bifidus when that sepsa comes out of the baby, and will be crippled for life and things like that. Take folic acid. Folic acid. The baby, from then on, when they say that the child is crippled, folic acid, it will absolutely be right. And if it's another thing, magnesium sulfate, put that down. Magnesium sulfate helps tremendously the mothers that are suffering on a child that is not quite right. Sometimes you get you here 24 hours before they get the baby, and you stuff them up with that stuff, and the baby is well. It is so effective. It is so effective, particularly when it comes to prayer and baby. What are you really doing is attracting a very healthy, wonderful soul to that body of yours. It's fantastic that what the blessed baby are so different. Blessed baby comes in the house, it doesn't make any difference, any unrest or throw things around and nothing. They stand there and observe. And then they tell you what could be done better. It's amazing. These blessed children in America is amazing. Last time I was in one big city. There was a 13-year-old or 12-year-old girl. I said, what are you doing in the audience? That my mother is so very ill. I want to find out how I can help her. I showed her the advice. I show you that one here. And that girl, I had it displayed. I have it here. I had it displayed. And that girl went and took it, and immediately, without mistake, could do the whole thing for her mother. I checked it afterwards. We had no mistake made. You can help. I teach you. You can help. And it's fantastic when you have somebody. But I'll show you the advice afterwards. But I can tell you how some people go for it and know immediately what to do and help her mother right there and then. Blessed children, we made more and more and more of blessed children. Now I tell you something. Last year there was a midwife, and I talked about the blessed children, and she said, you know what? When I deliver children now from people that have blessed children, the whole room is blue, and the body is blue. There was a medical doctor, and I said, I saw that too. I saw that the new children are different. They have a blue hue of the whole body. Isn't that something? I'm so happy that we are in the age that these things are visible to some people. Okay, in case somebody goes in labor, a woman goes in labor, and it will not open up, then you take the head, here at the low rib. Okay, you get the low rib and go forwards. 1, 2, 3 times on the right side. Put down. right side. And the baby's immediately coming. Half an hour later, the baby's there. If the uterus, the mouth of the uterus were not open, too tense, fearful, and on and on and on, you do that one here. And it's absolutely sure proof that it's immediately coming.
Do you want to
So
see
we-
that again? You want to see that?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to demonstrate it on me? How you would do
Okay,
it?
from the, here are the ribs, okay. Under the ribs you go down here and go down here in a firm stroke. 2, 3. And that opens the womb. Isn't that interesting?
Very.
Yeah, there so many interesting things. We see, learn, and put it together. We women, we suffer a great deal on, and we don't know how to help ourselves and what to do. But you can be there.
Okay, for the blackstrap molasses procedure, what about a woman that doesn't have a menstrual cycle anymore?
Do it right away, tonight. In case you have the uterus, the doctor said you have a fibroid tumor, and you have no cycle anymore, do it right away. 10 days, and you'll be amazed. It just disappears. It's not there anymore. It's a fantastic way. Anybody?
Have another question?
Uterine tumors, were you talking specifically about fibroid tumors?
Yeah, we are talking about tumors in the uterus. That's what we are talking about.
And that's the blackstrap?
Yeah, blackstrap
treatment.
molasses.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. If it is cancerous or something different. Yeah, you have another question.
Well, on the same subject, do you abstain from sex?
What was it?
Ooh, she doesn't like questions. What about sex? If you're having a
If you're going through the treatment, should you not have sex?
if you're going through the blackstrap molasses treatment, should you abstain from sex?
Of course. You can't have everything at one time.
I wanted to
Okay,
point
and-
out just really quickly that to make a distinction, when she's talking about uterine tumors, it's specifically different than ovarian tumors. Okay, if we have, or ovarian cysts respond so well to her female T, a quart a day for 3 weeks before the period, and a lot of times a woman goes back and to get checked by the doctor, and the cysts are magically gone. Okay, with that treatment. Sometimes you have to repeat that the next month. And when you do that tea, make sure it's warm or room temperature, not cold. Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes a woman gives birth to a baby and it will not go back. It doesn't go back again. What you do, you take a person like this and here, a man, and lift her up from this side, or lift her up from this side, and she's well. That quick. The bone goes in immediately, and before the operator said, oh, it doesn't matter. It matters. It matters tremendously if your hips are in place or not. And particularly afterwards, you don't want to see that baby anymore, nothing. It's tremendous. It's just a tremendous thing. Then, women have trouble here. This hurts. Oh, that female trouble. That's all they do it. Here, oh, female trouble. Look what that is doing, look what that is doing, look what this is doing. Give more blackstrap molasses, give more iron, food with iron in, and they will have no trouble anymore with this one here.
Do you believe that estrogen replacement therapy helps for heart problems or potential heart problems with postmenopausal women?
Estrogen is a new baby, and I don't know what will happen. I haven't seen anything good from it. I haven't seen that your bones wouldn't break with the estrogen therapy. I tell you, it's a new baby, and I don't go for that. I go with the old stuff we know, and the herbs. Scientists know about it. and they write about it. And when I find a scientist who his researches, I write him a big letter and put a $50 bill in it and said, please help me, give me a little bit more info. And then I get the info. If you don't pay a $50 bill, a $100 bill, you don't get anything. But to me, that is terrible, terribly important, just terribly important. He has prolapsed uterus. All prolapsed organs are treated in following way. If it is the colon or the bladder or whatever it is, in following way. If you like your head over there. Okay. This is the cup. This is the cup. Look here. This is the cup. In the middle, does that hurt? No? This?
I mean, I can feel it.
Oh, they did it already. They operated, didn't they?
Can we pull
They-
it down and show the
They
cup?
didn't pull the uterus up, no.
No? Okay. We will do that. Okay, we hold it in the middle with one finger, with the middle finger. And with that one, we straighten it out. In the aura, not hardly touching it. Okay, good, up and up. These organs want to be put back in place, and they are very, very anxious to be put in place, so you don't have to go like that, just in the aura. And in the aura, they go in place. Now, we go on this side here, and we bring that one in order, see? This side. And then we go this, and this, see? Now we go this side. And you work until it doesn't hurt anymore. But she made lots of exercises that it went back in place, didn't you?
I've been exercising.
Yeah, see? That's what you did. It doesn't hurt. Does it hurt?
No.
Yeah, see? Now, in order to stabilize it, that it doesn't fall off, you go right here and hold it. And you hold it until you feel your left hand tingling. It takes a little longer than putting it up. And that's all there is to it. You don't need an operation. This will be taken care of. And anybody can do it, please. I'm not the only one. Anybody can do this one here. And it's a real, real good way to doing it. Now it starts to tingle. Now it's in order. Okay? That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to show you how to treat a tumor, a breast tumor. Who has one? Right or left? Okay.
Here, come on.
Here,
come on over here.
here is the midline, and you hold here, and this part here. Look, folks, this is the spine. You hold it here, okay, and you hold it for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 30. Now you take this hand and put it under here. The other hand stays. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. This will be repeated 3 times. So that's the second time I repeated. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now comes this one under the arm. 1, 2, 3. Ready? And this one here again. Dirty. Okay, I will tell you a story. We had a woman, she was diagnosed as cancer, and she did have cancer. It went back and forth, and she did have cancer on the breast. And I said, you came on Friday. I showed her husband how to do it, so he did it. I did it Friday afternoon, and he did it in the evening. Saturday 3 times, Sunday 3 times. Monday she went to the doctor for an operation. And the doctor said, but there is no lump in your breast anymore. It's gone. It's a miracle. There's no more. Guess what she wanted? She said, but doctor, I want my operation. And she got it. Yeah. That's the way some people are. You can't help them. They don't want to be helped. But can be done. There can be done so many things with your hands. Your hands are the outlet of our Lord. He said, I give you hands and you heal. And that's what we are doing here. And anything here you want to know.
It's sometimes just called a bladder infection, but it's persistent bladder infection, and often
Then you take marshmallow root tea, 2 cups. Marshmallow root tea. Most probably it is also tripped down. Then you hold it and bring it up. The bladder is made, then it rubs on the bones, and then it's of course infected. So do that first. Lift it up. And don't forget the ankles. The ankles have to be held, so it would not drop again. And then marshmallow root tea is a sure thing for bladder.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, there is that one. Anything else you want to know on dropped organs and things like that? Whatever. Okay, then we go on and I'll show you how to proceed when somebody has an tailbone out of order. A tailbone out of order, I learned that from Professor Brauchley at Dresden. We had a big room, there came on Saturday or Sunday, came the people, and the next Sunday they were with leukemia, and they were healed with leukemia the next Sunday, and they never had to come back. And I thought it was my mission on earth, but it isn't my mission. I just bring it in here in order to show you that somebody picks it up and makes it a mission on this earth, because too many children have leukemia. He taught us that leukemia is not cancer, it is an upset tailbone, toxic, and emotion. You find these children, particularly when man and wife are in disaccord, or they're already divorced or something like that, the children go into leukemia, and that is very, very difficult to get them out of there. Now, the first thing is, how do you know it? How do you know that somebody has a tailbone out? And that is a real interesting thing. When somebody has the tailbone out, then you touch it and it does not move. See, when you touch here, and it has no vibration. And when you touch it here, it's okay. But when you touch it, that's a different story. And then you have, then it goes into from here to the spleen, from spleen in the red bone marrow. And then we have trouble. And so these things are, with the method I've given it to you now, you will never have a failure. Never, never, never. Teach the parents how to do it. I'll show you how to do it, teach the parents how to do it. And then you will be amazed with following diet. Now this is an adult diet. Now children don't eat that much. 12 whole eggs and 6 egg yolks. And you beat them up real fine by hand. It is important that you beat them up in one direction, not this way and this way and this way. It has to be in one direction because of the positive power you put into it. Then you add 7 pints of different juices in. Apricot juice, let's start with the juices. Orange juice, diluted lime juice, diluted lemon juice, then you got pineapple juice and all kinds of juices, good juices, no apple juice. And you mix it up, and that's 1 day's supply for an adult person. And the child doesn't need that much because they can't eat anyway. And they used to come with that cup and say, no, I don't want it. But then the second time you come with a cup of it, they start drinking it. It's fabulous. It's absolutely fabulous. Okay, you go. See, it's already growing here. Look here, look here. That's already growing here. When this grows here, you always know that something is incoming here. This shouldn't be, that shouldn't absolutely not be. Okay, and we go down and loosen the spine. Not that we do massage or chiropractic, we just bring the vibration down where we're going to work on. This one, this side, 3 times. And this side, 3 times. Go down here.
She's going on either side of the spinal column. So she's starting at the top, working down the spinal column, leaving one hand down there, then the other one comes up and meets it and goes down, and now she's ready to start with the legs.
Okay, you hold it now, and then you go wait, just wait. Then inside, 1, 2, 3. Outside, 1, 2, 3. Down, 1, 2, 3, and up, 1, 2, 3. You reach like this in here and bring the over. 1, 2, 3. Turn the head the other way. 1. Bend in place. 2, 3. Okay, now you go to the other side. Don't lose contact. And you don't have to go down anymore, but you do the same thing. See, inside, 1, 2, 3. Outside, 1, 2, 3. Down, 1, 2, 3. Up, 1, 2, 3. You go from inside and swing over. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's it.
We have to flip her
Is that
head.
something?
Flip the head. She
What?
needs to flip her head and do the other side 3 times, yeah?
No, with her she doesn't need it.
Okay.
Okay, now sit up. Okay, and your tailbone is in order. Look here. And day after tomorrow, this little growth that was covering here, that will be gone. And that's something, and you will feel good. And look in my book. In my cancer book, there is the chapter on leukemia, and take that diet at least for 3-4 days, and then it will be completely in order. That is your main trouble. Don't fall here. Listen, these things are for real and have had many people already, all over. The people that pick it up and do it, they are helped. They don't have to go. When children have, then they give them bone marrow transplant, and they take from you or me, and go with 300 times, and it is so painful. Then they take your little boy or girl and put it 100 times also in there, and they scream that the nurses have exactly who gets the treatment, because 2 stories down, it hurts. They cry so hard. What does it do? That doesn't set a table. That doesn't give them fruit juice and eggs. Somebody said, well, what is about the eggs have salmonella? Give them antidote for salmonella, homeopathic antidote. And you don't have to be afraid of, but I am afraid of leukemia. Leukemia is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And stoke them down and love them and so on and so forth. saved many marriages and have made many, many children. Because the mother comes in and says, my child is so sick. I said, well, it's going into leukemia. What's wrong with your marriage? My husband wants to party. Let him come in. And then I tell him, okay, you are at fault with that child's death because you are the one. The marriage is safe, the child is safe, the whole atmosphere is saved. And sometimes I'm strict with these things. We do need help. We do need knowledge of these things. If it is sarcoma or something like that, that's a different story. But if it's leukemia, that is it. Adults can have that also, and then it's serious. What was that? Vaginal
She's
bleeding?
had vaginal bleeding since November, and it's gotten worse in the last couple of weeks.
I'll show you what to do. You're magnetically out of order. Come on, I'll show you what to do. Then you just stand here. Okay.
Stand up here.
Stand up here.
Turn it.
See, because you are magnetic so completely out of order, then the bleeding does not stop anymore. Okay, I do that right now.
You just leave your hands down. Put them down, yeah.
Now, don't get frightened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out you go. Now you're in balance. You will not bleed anymore. So, you need rosemary plant that will stop it immediately. And this is the emergency situation I did. Men have trouble too, unfortunately. And in order to find out whatever they said, it's the left hand, the small finger. It goes to their male organs, this one here. And when you think they are in trouble, check this one, check it. If they are in trouble, then it will check low. If they are not in trouble, it will check normal. You take the advisor, you can also take the pendulum and check them out. How to heal them? This way. Look here, this is my left hand, so you know. And you hold it this way and put this one under the nose and hold it 10 minutes and they are healed.
This is for the prostate, okay? Come on, ladies, let's heal those prostates. Come on.
No. Yeah, do it so you can show your husband what I'm talking about.
Left finger, the little finger of the left hand, hold it like this and put the pointer finger up under the nose and just press there. Yeah.
Whose nose?
Okay. Okay.
They can understand.
Okay. The man. All right. You would check. I'm going to pretend like I'm a guy, and she's going to check my prostate. Okay. So she would hold my finger.
And I check it out.
And check the health of it. We'll see if it's rotating.
1, 2, 3,
Whoa,
4.
it's in good
Doesn't
shape.
look good.
Oh. It's all relative. Okay.
It's amazing.
So
it's
if
absolutely amazing what you can do.
So if it's low, then what I'm going to do, remember I'm a guy here, I'm going to hold my finger and stick it like this, and this stimulates the prostate, okay, to heal itself.
Brings it in balance.
Brings it in balance, okay? The guys, check this out for yourself.
It is unheard of that so many men with 35 already have prostate trouble. It has never been in history. In no other country it is, but because of chemical poisoning we are going through. And therefore we have great difficulty with men and so on and so forth. So be sure to have along for the whole entire family and don't send them to the vasectomy, please. Don't send them. 25% become paralyzed, 25% don't want to do anything, 25% get mind changed, get another girl, and 25% are okay. No such thing, absolutely no. That is too serious a cut for our men. Any other question you want to know?
What if the prostate has been removed? What would you do in that situation?
Repeat the question again.
What would you do if the prostate gland had been removed?
Cry. I wouldn't have no. I have that is so serious. Okay, I don't know what to do. A male, when they have cancer, you get a quart of milk, and it has to be some fat and not the skim milk. You make it warm and put with a diaper in the milk and make a diaper around your husband just like this. Keep it on until the pain is coming, sometimes half an hour, sometimes they can do it 2 hours. The poison goes into that milk. The poison likes milk better than a human body. And it is so strong that you cannot do it every day. You have to do it every other day. If your child gets a ball in the arm and head and gets really blue, you take the black some molasses with a horseshoe and put it on and say, get out, get out, get out, get out. If you don't want this one, it's going to get out, get out, get out, get out. Ephphatha, open, get out. The New Bible tells Ephphatha, that Christ didn't say that. He said Ephphatha. I just want to let you know. And it will absolutely will take care of it. And many people have blood clots. They have an operation, blood clots in the lung, blood clots in the heart, blood clots here, blood clots there. It is important that you know what to do for your fellow men. Anybody can do it, anybody. There is nobody that couldn't do this one here. This is very, very precious to me because so many people have it. Well, we have to find out there has a blood clot. We found somebody. Okay, this I do at home and after Sunday service. It's my second Sunday service. I check them out first. He has no infection. That is good. Now we go to the heart. Look here. The heart doesn't do. You have trouble with the heart?
No, lungs.
The lung? Mm-mm. It's the heart. Put this in hand. Yeah, clean out your arteries. See, the lung has arteries too. Okay, now let's get that out. Here, we find where the plane is. Here it is, right here. This is a blood clot. We ask the Lord to remove the blood clot. Get out of there, get out of there, get out blood clot and go slowly. When somebody has it on the heart, always have him seated, always. Because that goes all at once, and that is dangerous. Okay, get out, get out. Get out, get out. Now it stops. The first layer is taken. Now we say Ephphatha, open. And it comes the next layer. Get out, get out. Ephphatha, open and get out of there, get out of there. We have no time. Make it in a hurry, get out of there, get out of there. Ephphatha, open. The third layer. You have that for quite a while. Get out, get out. Ephphatha, open, and no more. Now go to the spleen and ask, is there another one? No, that was the only one he had, the only one. Now we go to the next subject. We worked on this here particularly. Now we go over to the spine. If you have difficulty with the spine, if somebody has difficulty, come in, I'll show you how to do it, how to. Yeah, okay. You sit on this side. I need you.
Yep.
You hold your head down. Okay. Now, now you come up. You hold hard enough that there's resistance, and I put it in. Okay, get up.
Start to come back up.
Slow. Okay. And I put
resist
this thing in place. Can you see? Can you see how I put it? Now see this one here? How I put it in? Put it up, put it up. Okay. Now take a breath and do it again. Okay. Now, down. And you hold. So we have resistance. Okay, now come up. Okay, look here, look here. How we walk up here, and the spine is in play after us. Okay? Because we see these are vertebrae, and they're out of place. And by doing it, and her strangling it, and I hold it, we put it back in place. That's all there is to it. After we cleaned out, after we have this one in order.
It's very subtle, but you can really feel the sensations in the cranial when that happens.
Ha!
Yes, it's very subtle,
Wonderful.
but it's wonderful.
Yeah,
I have
see?
scoliosis as a child.
You want to know what scoliosis in the spine is? It's a miasm, it's TB residue from your grandparents. Take TB residue and that will take care of it. Okay, anything else you want to know?
Okay.
This one is fantastic, house. You can do it to yourself. When somebody you fell or your child fell or anything like that, and they have difficulty, it is you walk up like this, see? And that goes in place. When it's serious, of course, you get to the chiropractor, but little things you can do at home. Okay, I just showed this to you, that you can do the very same thing. I do that every Sunday. That's the reason I always see to it that Saturday night I go to the airport and off we go. And because Sunday come too many people and I have to check them out and help them along. But you have to remember, when the pendulum goes like this, or the advisor is easier to handle. When that goes like that, you have some place, somewhere of fungus in your system. What kind? You have to find. Search for it. Because I have done it for so long, I know approximately where it is, what is seeded, what we can do about it. But it is important that you see the right hand, when the right goes like this, it's bacterial infection. A bacterial infection responds very well to golden seal. It will not respond to echinacea. Echinacea is for viruses. Okay, when you feel that you have a bacterial infection, this is your cheekbone. Here is a hollow in the cheekbone. Hold this. When this is sore, your infection is bacterial infection. And this here. The here is down and then it comes up and there is a hole. And then go and have antibiotic or golden seal or something. It's a bacterial infection. That is different than a viral infection, different than a fungi infection, different than a viroid infection. This is that advisor I talked about several times. The advisor comes from France. A French medical doctor came and she showed me this one and said, "Man, that's for us. That is wonderful." And so I started making these things, and mine are better than the $250 gadget I got from France. It's really something. Okay, this one is, as the Bible said, yes and no. Okay, when I go over the body, this is okay, and this is not okay. This thing is, you can do so many things. The pendulum has to be learned. I learned it in Oxford University. I was there for 3 weeks. They have a special deal for people, naturopathic and people that are interested like I am. Okay, I was there. There were 20 teachers and 20 pupils. And I fell under the table fainting because it was so much for me. And then they are just pressing you, all these things. And then one of the things they were that you have to learn the pendulum. Now, this is easier. The pendulum, you have to, but this is my positive. Doesn't have to be your positive. Your positive can make this and that. You have to find out what's your positive pattern before you can help. This one, you don't have to. It is yes and it is no. just like the Bible said. Yes and no. This reason, mine is better. This has, mine has amino acids in, and this has a crisscross of 2 wires, and is absolutely, anybody can use it. It's absolutely tremendously strong, this one here. I just pointed out to you that science is bringing out now new things, and they are wonderful. They're absolutely great. We can depend on it, and then when you come with the pendulum, many churches say, I throw you out of the church. I was thrown out of the church because of the pendulum. So I can tell you from experience. And yeah, you would work with the devil. No, I work scientifically. And then when this came, nobody says anything, and it's really good. And therefore, I advocated in America, because some people said, you work with the devil and a witch and so on and so forth. But it is scientific. What you're doing is you measure, you have a physical body, you have the aura. The aura is a blueprint of your body. The blueprint is more exact than your body. And therefore, I measure the blueprint. And therefore, I have so much, of course, more result, because this thing are really, really, truly working. I'm teaching you still the trauma that works in the body. When somebody had an accident, and they put people in a coma, this here and this here, and hold. And 10 minutes later, they're out of the coma. This one here, this here, and here, and hold. And they come out of the coma almost 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, they're out of the coma. That goes into the system. It's important for you to know, because some people are in coma for weeks and weeks and deteriorate under your eyes, and this one will have them immediately. When we are working on the head, somebody said about asthma. We have 4 different kinds of asthma. We have lung asthma, we have bronchi asthma, heart asthma, and psychosomatic. And most of them are psychosomatic, at least part of it is psychosomatic, particularly when you come to children. Children all at once get asthma. Why? Because father and mother are divorcing, or they are fighting, or they're not something is wrong, and they go in asthma. And that's psychosomatic. And what can you do? You take the head, and on the left side, see, here is like a horseshoe, is a bone. And you take, I think you better get up so they can see it. Okay, and you hold it here. This is only to support the head. Okay, on the left side, you hold it and pull it up like this. Just pull it up like that. Hold it a little while, a minute, and they are free of asthma. It's fantastic. And furthermore, you take a washcloth, put it in apple cider vinegar, and put it here and here. Any asthmatic attack, if it's from the lung or heart or wherever, will immediately be stopped. Put that in your nose. That's terrible, terrible, terrible important, that you have something in your house when all at once somebody comes. I always have some cranberry concentrate in my refrigerator, that when somebody happens to get an asthma attack, I put a teaspoon in their mouth. They can take more than a teaspoon, and it stops. So this one here, and the teaspoon of cranberry concentrate is very, very helpful for asthmatic attack. Then you have to find out what kind it is. Is it fungus in the lung, or is it this and this and this? In most cases also, a rib on here and hold it up. In most cases, this helps wonderful. Any question on that? Lung, and this one, psychosomatic on the head, is very, very important. Okay, when I talk about points, I talk about the points. we Americans have. Not the 3,000 points from the East. They are differently made, these people. We have only 108 points. 108 points, like this one is one, or even though 1, 2, 3, 4 go in here, this is 1 point. You have to realize that we are just differently made. Just like I checked him out. He has wings. The others don't have an emanation like this here. So we it's different species. Doesn't make a bit of difference. Species. And so it comes with the point. When I talk about the point, I don't talk about the point from the East. I talk about the points where we, you, and I, we are bothered with and how we can correct it. But here, and these 2 bones are out. You not only have difficulty in your brain, you have also difficulty from here to here. It is amazing how many people have these 2 bones out, and it should be measured.
I'm going to show.
See, this bone here, these 2 have to be straight. When the collarbone is broken, I always say it's a serious condition and absolutely has to be put in place because of the difficulty that puts later on your thymus gland and the other glands and so on and so forth. That is important. When somebody has a collarbone, by all means have it straightened out, not say, oh, it will grow back. Don't do that, because it has such a tremendous influence on the entire body.
Can we check one?
There's nobody here.
Yeah, we have one in the back.
Okay, this is higher. Look, this is higher than this one here.
She's pointing to the bones here, the clavicle bones.
Yes. We always start on the low side. Just as we start on the low side putting things in, we start on the low side on here. You hold your hands like this and put them in on here, okay? And I come here and got it on the low side. And now it goes to this side. Now let's see if we got this one in place. Yeah, in spite of it was broken. It's in place now. Good. I didn't expect that.
Thanks, Dara.
Yes, but many people after a fall or anything like that, it is out of it. Particularly children suffer tremendously under it. They cannot learn, they cannot study, they are naughty and all this. Check with them. If it's out of place, then you know why they are naughty, why they have difficulty in school and things like that. If you have trouble with keeping your energy and having an energy. The energy is from the universe anyway. If you have trouble with the energy, you do following thing. Rub your hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it in your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get the pituitary going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get this one here. Get the lymph going. The lymph from here to here. You hold one finger on the knob of that bone and bring it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It brings the lymphatic system to go. Then you go inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inside. 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go in the middle, an inch below your sternum. There, hold it. This is the key of your entire lymphatic system from here to here. And you're immediately there. You see it's the sternum, and then here, hold here. This is also a place when you are magnetically out, or if you have a very hard day and you are emotionally out, hold this back and immediately you are back again. You get your main energy anyway from above, not from the food you eat or so. Your main energy can be rejuvenated this way. I do it once more. Hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That goes to your stomach. When you have stomach pain, hold here. That goes to the stomach. Get outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold here. And you are completely renewed. Fresh, and you can go on listening to me for another hour. This is one who has it. Who has covered? Okay, come out. I'll show you. I bring it in place. And both hands?
She's not sure. Sit on the table, please, and face out.
It doesn't matter. You always start on the small finger here. Okay, here is a ring of bones, and they break down. Besides, they don't have enough vitamin B6. B6 is missing. You bring it up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then hold here. Look here. Hold here. And get it inside, outside, up and down and pull. How is it? It didn't go in. There was nothing. Feel. Is it better?
I think so. This one's weak.
This is the worst one?
Well,
Okay. We'll do the same thing. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we hold here. You can see further, not here, further up here you hold. And you go inside, that went in place. Outside, the once more. Up, down, and pull. Good. The next one then comes with the pancreas. The pancreas is under tremendous stress at the present time. This organ is very, very interesting. It's very long. It makes 3 different kinds of jobs in your house. It makes insulin for your sugar. It makes an enzyme for your duodenal tract, and it makes an elixir for your brain. And if you don't have that elixir in brain, you get convulsive disorder. 3 things it does, 3 things. And so you have to be really careful with that organ. Again, nutmeg in hot water will do the most of it. A tiny little bit in hot water and a little bit of honey in it for children, and drink it down, and that is tremendously helpful for our people. If you, with your children or you, or anybody comes down with that serious thing that goes into the lung, you hold the right hand here and the left hand here. In an adult for 20 minutes, in a child for 10 to 15 minutes, here and here. Go to the hospital, hold them. No matter when the nurses come, I just love my friend, and you just hold it. Don't let them disturb you. Absolutely fabulous when you put the hand here and the hand here. Okay. The lung, in order to find what's wrong with the lung, this is the entrance to the lung. You hold here and ask, is there something wrong with your lung? Is it lung flukes, or is it parasites in the lung, or is it trichinosis, and so on and so forth? The adjustment of certain things are important. Just like, for example, you have people that want to fast. Fasting is a surgeon's knife. You have to know what you want to fast for. Is it for an apple juice diet for your gallstones? Fine, 2 days. But not 5, 6, 7, 8 days, 2 days. If it's for the liver, 2 days. Every time you have a specific method to heal a specific organ, do specific fasts. And you have results. But to put them on water or in juice for 3, 4 weeks, that is absolutely total nonsense. Because nowadays we are so chemicalized that poison goes into the very depth and then it doesn't come out. You can't do it. Besides, beyond Jesus. Jesus could do it, but you can't. I check you out here. That is okay. And here the brain stem isn't working, and this is working. This is working. Brain stem. The brain stem is out, and there is no chiropractic treatment because chiropractic treatment are too harsh for these things. And I'll show you how to do it. Now you sit down. I have you, and I demonstrate it to you. You put your hands in front, over the ear. This has to go over the ear, and it has to go like this. Okay. Now you go forwards, just be guided from above. You can go any old way. As you are guided from above, it will go in place. That point. Not in yet. Just a moment. Let's see if we have it. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Feel it?
I felt something especially right in here.
The brain stem was out. Okay. Manipulation, but not strict. It must be really softly done. Otherwise, you hurt somebody with it. And many people have that trouble. And many people have. We are talking about trauma. And many people have a difficulty with whiplash. Now, who has it? Who has a whiplash?
Who has a whiplash? Whiplash?
Here. This goes, and it goes, but here it doesn't go. The brain goes. So you have the same thing like she has a brain stem difficulty, but it's not a whiplash. Okay. Whiplash is different. Okay, now let's see if you have a whiplash.
Okay, thanks.
But you're too heavy, I can't lift you. That's it. Yeah, it's a whiplash. Look folks, here. This, we always learned in school that this whiplash is always here. Not true. It has this here and it is here. So this is staying, this goes, and this is staying, so this is a true whiplash. Interesting. Okay, I'll show you what to do. Okay, you, this one here. With your whiplash, you go from the side, never from the bottom. And then you lift up and let go.
Okay.
I'm not high, but this much
I've
only.
done it before in Colorado.
Oh, you know it?
Yeah.
Here, come. Yeah, good. Okay, you take with 50 pounds pressure.
Okay, exhale.
And then this side too. Oh, thank you. Look here, look here, look here. Healed. That's healed. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Many people have whiplash, many. But don't check now only here. You have to check here and you have to check here. And then you don't touch them from the back. Touch them only from the side. Lift them up like this. And touch them from the side. Lift them up that side. and they at that moment it's gone. Otherwise, they have the thing here for a long, long time, 2-3 years they have it, and it isn't gone because it's double. It's here and it is here. So you get a real good knowledge on this one here. You have to remember that the skeletal system is very, very spiritual. The most spiritual ones are this one here. These are the most spiritual bones we have. We can direct the bones. You have broken your feet, your leg, your bone, and anything. Here is the entrance to the entire skeletal system. If somebody has an accident and the bones are involved, you hold this one here, this one, and put this hand out. Wherever it is, this will heal in 3 days and 3 nights. The trouble is you have to get people going. I'll come every 2 hours, you go, and you go, and you go, and you, every 2 hours for 24 hours, day and night for 3 days, and it is healed. Absolutely healed. I can tell you, I have so many wonderful, wonderful people that don't believe it, but said, I have so much pain, I'm going to do it. And the whole family comes and holds their hand. You don't have to pray, but just hold. You can read a good book or sing or anything about day and night. She can sleep, you hold it. And in 3 days and 3 nights, it is healed. Because bones are so very, very spiritual. Isn't that fantastic? Of course, if it is a bone, you go immediately and have it set. It's in a cast. Doesn't make any difference. You still hold here, and it is healed. It's miraculous. We have these spots in our body that are master spots, and these master spots here. Oh, Hallelujah. Who has one? Okay, you start here and go all around here. Most people start here. Said, where the hiatal hernia is? I said, here it is, here. Okay, wherever it is, you have to start here and then go all around. And it's not very hard. You hold the hand like that. Take a breath and let it out so it's relaxed. So relax. Boom, boom. Okay, take a breath and relax. Okay, take a breath and relax. Okay. Okay, one more. Okay, now we come to the point. Whew, out. Okay, that's it. There's nothing more to it. Only we go over the entire bird here in order to bring it in place. Okay? Yeah. Now you will feel. Now you don't have a sour stomach anymore. Every virus can be talked to, and it's talked to with the right eye, going to the right eye of the person that has it, and they are healed. You don't even have to touch them.
Show them on me how it would be.
Okay, I go with my right eye, and Jesus, I get out of there, out, out, out. You cannot do it with bacterial infection, you cannot do it with a fungi infection, but you can do it with viral infection and flu and all kinds of things. So I want you to know that you have a tremendous power in you, a tremendous power. You can heal your bones, you can heal anything, you can paralysis. I give you such a few formula to do it. It is your mind that can do it and will do it. You are tremendously powerful. Alone, the willpower to sit on that chair for such a long time, I know who you are. That is tremendous. That's absolutely tremendous. You are Christ's children. That is the reason your hands are so powerful. When you lay them on somebody, put it this way, lay them on like this way, because they have a tremendous emanation to anything that comes your way. If it's a dog, a cat, or anything, you heal them by this one here, because the power goes through your hands like this. But don't have it like this. I showed it to you, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, okay. Do it this way. You have tremendous power. You just didn't know it. Now you know. Now you know that you not only heal your fellow men, you also heal the nation. Please, think of the nation as something you can uplift, and whatever you do, it will be uplifted. It's a tremendous, tremendous work we are doing together.